This Halloween, I was thinking about putting a big slice of ham over my body and cutting it out to look like a ghost, and then I would be a gabagool. That would be fine because I'm of Italian extraction. That would not be cultural appropriation. But beware, because the forces of wokeness are out there to call you a racist if you pick the wrong costume. So we've got instructions for white people on what they're supposed to do for Halloween. This video is brought to you by Genucel. Right now, go to genucel.com/KnowlesYT. TikTokers, take it away.
For Halloween, make sure your costume isn't racist. That means, of course, no blackface.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
No using accents that are from people of color and Black and Indigenous communities. No taping your eyes back. No wearing of Indigenous spiritual and cultural wear. So, those are some guidelines for costumes.
Put a pause there. The thing is, if you dress up like a demon or a devil or something like that, you would be wearing Indigenous spiritual wear because a lot of these Indigenous tribes just worship demons. So that one's going to be hard. Though I don't really get into all that stuff. I don't want to dress up like a devil on Halloween. Still, a lot of people do that. And if you do, you would be culturally appropriative, according to this person.
This white devil thing has gone far enough.
But also, just don't be racist for the rest of the year either.
Don't be racist. Racism's the worst thing. Nothing is worse than racism. If you do anything bad, you're racist. The word racist, of course, means nothing, though. If wearing a fun little Halloween costume, if wearing a sombrero on Halloween makes you a racist, then racism doesn't mean anything other than anything a white person does that a non-white person wants to object to. That's all it is. It's even the very term racism is just a way to tell white people to shut up and to say that all white people are bad. That's basically all it's about. That's especially true on Halloween. Next one.
My monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster.
Put a pause there. You know, I'm a married man, okay? Okay? When I was a young single man, I would have found that costume very fun. Not to wear, but for my female friends to wear. That would have been, I don't see very much wrong with that costume other than that it's immodest.
It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster.
Obviously no blackface costumes. I'll probably get in trouble for asking this. Why not? Why not? Why is that? That's obviously the one why not?
Is that blackface, dude?
Get the f*** out, man!
One time, I was in LA. I was in an Uber, and I could tell that the driver, who was a black guy, was conservative. And there was one of these blackface scandals that cropped up. And I said, what do you think about that? And he said, oh, man, I don't care about blackface. He said, as long as it's in good fun, you know, it's just part of the fun of things, which is such an insightful observation. If you're wearing a culturally appropriative costume, because you hate some other race and you want to mock them and insult them and you just want to be cruel to them, then I guess that's a bad thing. But if you're just wearing the costume of another culture and it's kind of fun and celebratory, who cares? Seems fine to me.
Good.
Sure, I'll be canceled for that, but what can I say? It's the way I see it. It's no secret that here at the Daily Wire, we all love, speaking of our faces, Genucel Dark Spot Corrector. You might be asking, what does this product even do? Well, we've all got sunspots, brown spots, discoloration, or dry skin. With the Genucel Dark Spot Corrector, you can watch these blemishes disappear in front of your very eyes. Kimberly from Youngstown, Ohio says, my appearance has improved so much since using Genucel on my face. I love all my Genucel products and my skin looks younger. Now it's your turn to feel like Kimberly, but this sale is ending very soon. Take advantage of Genucel's most popular package, which includes the Dark Spot Corrector plus the classic Genucel bags and puffiness treatment and immediate effects, all for almost 70% off. Genucel is so confident in their products that you can try them for yourself completely risk-free. If you don't see results in one day, you will get your money back. It's very simple. Go to genucel.com/KnowlesYT. Letter Y, letter T. Start looking years, even decades younger tomorrow. Say hello to the best skin you've ever had at genucel.com/KnowlesYT. Letter Y, letter T. genucel.com/KnowlesYT. Keep going.
Now, before you go planning your Halloween costume, it's time to educate and activate. And today we are talking about cultural appropriation. This is the unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of customs, practices, or ideas of one cultural group by members of another cultural group, usually a more dominant cultural group. And this is not to be confused with true cultural exchange, which is typically gifted from the non-dominant cultural group. The flows of power recognize the systemic erasure of certain cultural homes and forced into boarding schools where they are forced to adhere when they don mass-produced headdresses from minstrel shows to Namaste in bed shirts. Remember, culture is not a costume, so go have a fun, safe, and respectful Halloween.
Culture is not a costume. I wonder what this lady thinks of Caitlyn Jenner. I want to keep this video on social media, so I'm just going to leave that question here. If you say culture is not a costume, my identity is not your costume, I wonder what this lady thinks about that. Next one.
Inappropriate Halloween costume, check. This just feels wrong.
Why?
Culture's not a costume,
Culture's
dumbass.
not a costume. Okay. Culture's not a costume. I know that these people deny that white people have any kind of culture whatsoever, but we have the dominant culture in the West, obviously. So would the principle hold for a non-white person to wear, I don't know, a leprechaun outfit, something associated with the Irish, or to dress up like Mario and Luigi? Would that be cultural appropriation? What if a black kid put on a three-corner hat and said that he was George Washington crossing the Delaware? Would that be evil? Would that be terrible? Why does it only ever go in one direction for one group of people that aren't allowed to do anything?
ACAB, 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 ACAB.
Is the woman having a stroke? ACAB?
Blackfacing? Try dying.
Try dying. Wow. If you dress up in a way that she doesn't like, she wants you dead. And then she said, ACAB, ACAB. Is that's an anti-cop thing? All cops are bad.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
That's one of the famous final utterances of people before they're attacked by criminals in cities where the cops have been told not to do their jobs. She seems to have a lot of issues. She doesn't need to worry about the costume, the facade. She needs to worry about what's going on inside. The most enlightening of these videos, I'm going to have to say, was not this one. What was the one before this? I got a kick out of her. I would say hers. The woman in the low-cut yellow hoodie. Hers was the most enlightening for me because it lulled me to sleep. And so I got a couple of minutes of peace and quiet in my day where I didn't have to be consciously aware. And so for that reason, she gets the award. We all got that little award. Nice little break. See you next time.